All right, we're live. Well, we're not live, but I'm hot. I'm hot. So what's good, bro?
Nothing much, man. Over here at the Supreme Court in Concord, we're going to be getting the copies of the court administrative orders and rules.
For what? All of them, or?
We'll just get the court administrative rule. Yeah, we'll get copies of all of them.
Rule 9, 19, and 4, I think we can get.
Court District,
They might have a list of all of them.
We'll get them all.
But yeah, you see how the tape is there? There's tape. That's where the signs were.
So I'm just going to do like a walk-in, like it's, you know,
Yep.
we're just walking in. All right, let's go into
How's it going, sir?
Good man.
Thank you so much. Bill. Nice little building. Don't touch the furniture, the antique stuff. Lots of forms. They might actually have it over here, but I'm not sure. Hi, how's it going? We're looking for the court rules. I don't know.
So they have the administrative order?
The filming, and I don't know if we can get a copy of the newest court order about filming.
Okay, yeah, let me, if you don't mind just waiting a couple minutes,
Sure.
I'm just gonna go ask my clerk where I can find that.
Okay.
No problem.
Yeah, so there's a couple different ones. So you have the administrative order, and then you have the rules for each court.
Okay,
I'd like a separate copy of each.
okay, sure. Yeah, let me see where I can
Yeah,
find that for you.
thank you. This is the.
This is the clerk's office.
That's weird.
Yeah, there's one clerk, and then there's a bunch of like different assistants and stuff.
Yeah, so I'll give you guys an update. Footloose, go check out his channel. It's on YouTube.
Absolute Defiance.
Absolute Defiance. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. He's done a lot of videos in this courthouse where it says that you're not allowed to record. They have subsided that. They've annulled that for him. I'm in here now, and it doesn't seem like there's an issue with me either, which is good for everyone else. And we're going to try to keep that moving forward, so nobody has an issue coming into these courthouses to document their court cases, hearings, motions, paperwork, all the above. So make sure you go check out his channel. He does a lot of stuff on there regarding the courthouses. That's why he's with me today, because he's a little bit more knowledgeable about the courthouses and the filming and recording. I'm just now trying to get into it now, of course, because I'm being denied over in Hillsboro, and that's exactly where this video is going to be
Leading up to.
Exactly. So you'll have all of the videos all into either one or a playlist for Hillsboro for my arrest over there in the trial. They're trying to deny me access over at that courthouse for recording, and we're going to be working on that. So
Here's the clerk.
hey, Doug.
Hey.
Yeah,
is
the
it-
order may be right there.
Yeah, but we actually.
Oh yeah, okay. Could we get a copy of this?
Sure.
And then
Yeah. So
Rule 19 and 54 as well.
well, so they have different circuits, right? So you have the Supreme Court,
Yeah.
Superior Court, probate, family, circuit. They have rules for each one. Can you print off each one, each court ruling?
You can get those in the law library.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
So we'll,
I'll make a copy of
okay.
that.
And should we talk to him about the other court? I think we should. Hillsboro. So why we're here is because in Hillsboro, they're denying him. He was filming the other day, and there's the prosecutor called him and said they talked to the judge and they're going to arrest him if he does it again next time. And so we're going to be going there today before they
challenge
close to challenge that.
Because I do have a court case over there. And,
Okay.
and I have to file
So
some paperwork.
I don't know.
and they deny me access.
My question is, I came here a few times. They hit the panic alarm multiple times for the first couple times, and then eventually the signs about filming were taken down, and now we come in here no problem
Absolutely
filming,
no problems.
and which is great. But the problem is the court order from this court. All these lower courts are still using it, and it's unenforceable, and it's creating a lot of chaos.
Well, they're trying.
Well,
What I'm
the
saying
order-
is that they're being hypocritical. We're allowed to record here, but we're not allowed to record here. And the
Well,
order's
actually-
coming out of this court.
Right.
So what is it?
Yeah, well, actually, you're
Yeah.
not allowed to record here. It's
Oh.
just the state police decided that they wouldn't
Oh,
take action against you.
really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So should we bring like 50 more people and see if they do?
Well, I'm not gonna address it.
Yeah. So I guess we'll have to do this at every courthouse
Well, if you,
to nullify this unconstitutional practice of denying us the ability to film in public.
well, you can go to Hillsboro and see what.
So they're using
Sure,
discretion
sure.
is what they're doing, is what you're saying.
No, it's not.
No, I'm saying in general, the state police or the courthouse is.
Well, maybe the state police.
Yeah.
did.
Do you know
Yeah.
why they decided not to?
No, I don't.
Okay. Maybe
Like,
we should
is
do-
there a legal reason, or is it just they don't want to deal with me?
I don't know the reason why the state police will not do it.
So who would we talk to find that out? The top dog at the state police,
Or you can talk to the Attorney General's office.
Attorney General.
Do a
Yep.
public records request too.
Okay.
Yeah,
What is your position here?
I'm the clerk of court.
Oh, you are?
Mhm.
What is your name?
Tim Gudis.
Thank you.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. So interesting. We don't have a copy of Rule 19 and 54, but I know what they are.
Yeah, I know, but I still want.
We can go get them over here, I guess, right, at the law library.
Yeah, that's all.
That's what they said.
Interesting.
Haven't
So they're
been
using
on.
discretion now,
Apparently,
huh? So that would mean that there's not.
law library, real quick.
That means that there's not equal rights for everyone. And they're favoritizing us because we have a platform?
That's what I'm curious about.
Kind of what it sounds like.
You know, I don't. The state police aren't. They chose not to enforce it.
That's probably because they don't.
They know
have
they don't
anything to
have
enforce.
anything to enforce. There's no law. There's no anything. They know that these orders can't have effect outside the courtroom. Is what it boils down to.
This is a law library. If
Wow.
you want to come here.
Oh man, yeah, I might have to come here a little more often. This is great. This is like at the prison, you have access to all this as well. For the most part, they typically don't have. This is probably a full set. They'll have like the criminal code and a lot of stuff.
So document access.
We can probably ask. I think that's probably the librarian out there. If you can't, and they could probably find it, pull it up, and print it for us pretty quickly. But yeah, Rule 19 and 54. So yeah, that's it. That's Timothy Gudis. That's interesting.
All persons are prohibited from photographing, recording audio cameras, cell phone, broadcasting television in the lobby or other non-courtroom area unless a presiding judge
There can't be a presiding judge outside the court. You know what I mean?
for that court, after consultation with court security personnel, determines that a designated staging area is appropriate under the circumstances of a given case. Designated staging area means any place within the lobby area of the courthouse where cameras.
Gentlemen all set?
Yeah, we do have
we're
a
tr-
question.
Yeah.
So we are trying to find, this may be an internal, but he told us to come over here. So this is a court order from the Supreme Court stating about recording in, these
Yeah.
facilities. So on each, this is the actual order, and then inside that order are rules for each court. So you have like the family division, probate, circuits, Supreme or in Superior Court.
Yeah,
In district courts.
Yeah, in district court.
district.
So we're looking for the, I think we should just do the
District?
district court.
The
Because that's
dis-
all we're dealing with. So we're
do
looking
you
for
see
the,
where?
Well,
it
and
says
this 19 and 54. We want 19 and 54.
according to
on
the
Supreme Court rules?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See where it says resources over there on the right? Up, up,
Don't.
up, on the blue bar.
Oh,
Yeah, they
oh, right
hide it
now.
really well. Nope, nope.
Yeah, resources.
Resources, okay. Court rules,
Oh, so this is internal.
internal? No, it's
Well, this
public.
is New Hampshire. Yeah, no, I'm
Oh,
saying it's New
okay.
Hampshire
Yeah.
Judicial Branch.
So then it's divided by court, and you can just click on any one of the courts.
Okay.
And
we'll
so
do
if you want circuit court and then district division. And
Sorry, I'm
then
just
see
kinda
where it says, show table of contents? Oh, it's showing it. You wanna show table of contents. Cause you don't wanna have to go through. Yeah, so now you can just
Gotcha.
go right down.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Okay.
And then if we wanted to get a copy, how do we?
Just print it. Well,
just print it.
I don't know if I.
We'll
print
pay for it
from
if
there.
necessary.
Oh, no, that's
Okay.
fine, but, we don't charge for printing.
Okay.
The problem might be the formatting, so what you might wanna do is copy and paste it into a Word document, and then
Okay.
you can print it out there, cause I think
It's too
when
long.
I've tried to print from the
Gotcha.
screen, it's too wide.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You know how to do that?
So attorneys and non-attorney representatives.
Yeah, there's gonna be. So these are the district ones.
All the ones, yeah, so it goes all the way, it starts all the way down there. Right after the document.
Rule 1.4. So we want 1.4. That's just what court rules, circuit court rules. Is that what that's called?
I think so.
Circuit court rule 1.4. Filming. Yeah, if you're not being disruptive with it, you know, you're just going about your business, like we do here. I don't know what the problem is. I got so many A+ audits here, since
It took a while.
even
But they're using discretion. He just said it.
basically. And then, so what are you saying? It's illegal. That's not illegal. That's not. I mean, yeah. He didn't say discretion though. He said the state police
But I use the word discretion because
chose
that's
not
exactly
to
what
do
it is.
anything. And he used to hit the panic alarm right away.
Him?
Yes.
So he was told directly.
He told me,
You should pull
because I
records
was
with
like,
him and the state
I have the
police.
video. I said, why do you keep doing this? And he's like, I have to. And I'm like, oh, you have to.
So what we need to do is if he's the one who is trying to enforce it and call the state police, we need to do public records request for all calls and
Can you help me with that?
communications narrative and any emails back and forth.
Okay.
That's what we need to do.
Mhm.
And then you'll get the answer. So origins. Yeah, it's not
Yeah, you might be able to get them all on one page. Sit down here.
should we do it like this? Yeah.
It's just like,
1, 2, 3. That's 3
there you
pages.
go. That's fine.
And then we could print it from here.
And then I would get Rule 19 and 54 as well. Those are good.
Yeah,
Because
but
the
I wanna do it
basis of,
separate.
they're using, yeah, okay, oh,
I
okay,
wanna print this off,
yep,
keep it separate, staple it if we can.
okay.
Alright, so. Quick print.
Sort of.
Okay, I just looking for a stapler.
Oh gosh, good question. You know, I think there's one down here.
It's okay, I'll find it after. Yeah, I'll find it after, for sure.
You know it? Right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna need more than one time.
Thank you so much.
Alright, so that's one.
So that's one. This is
Two.
Rule 1.4, photographing, recording, and broadcasting.
So that's the rules of the circuit.
And so this is district.
What is the
Circuit court.
It's
Circuit
in
court
here,
is
so
the
write that
district,
on
yeah.
here. Just, rules of the circuit court, that's fine.
Rules of Circuit Court, New Hampshire. Alright.
Just said they were gonna make a memo.
Maybe.
How you doing? Good. Okay, so Superior Court. We don't really need. I mean, we
Yes,
have
we want 1954, trust me.
I don't know, but where is that out of 1954?
That's Supreme
It
Court
is?
rules.
Superior?
Supreme, yep. Yep, media access for proceedings. That's 20. So up to here. Yep.
So that's Rule 19 of Supreme Court?
Um,
No, Superior.
Supreme. Yep. So this,
Okay, so
that one and that one are what they're citing here to generate
Rule
this
nine-
order.
This is Rule 19.
And
Well,
then, okay.
So write that on last rules of Supreme Court.
Yep.
Just so we have,
Yep, because this is where they're getting the power to create this order, is from that rule and Rule 54.
So right on the rules of Supreme Court 19, I think, right?
Yep.
And then the other one is
54.
on the same Supreme Court.
Yep.
It's the same. Rule number 54.
Yep.
Let's do 54. Administrative judges and administrative counsel. Maybe it's not under the.
Yes, that's it.
Huh?
That's, yeah.
I'm on it.
What, it's not popping up.
Oh.
Is it on 20? Yeah, okay. Down, no. Yeah.
No,
All this really says is,
that's not.
yeah. Says Rule 54. Is this Supreme Court rules?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's some weird freaking thing that they're trying to claim gives them the right to like expand Rule 19 beyond what it is. You know what I mean? Over the employment, and this is so. This is also what this also tells us is that the court order that is only applies to staff. It can't apply to the public.
So, right here.
Yeah.
So right there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really, like, it doesn't help their case any. Yeah, never mind, Rule 19 says we're allowed to do it. As long as it doesn't disrupt or interrupt the court.
But they do that themselves.
Right, they end up doing it. Yeah, I know.
Yes. Take the panic on all the causing the disruption.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so right on that one,
Same thing.
Rule 54, rules of the Supreme Court. And then I'll take all of those and stick with it. And that's it. That's all we need.
Yep. I mean, the clerk information from the clerk was helpful. Okay. They even got kids books down here. I'm trying to, in case you gotta come here and have your kid distracted while you're taking care of your research.
This is the big one? Oh. This is the... They just gave us that.
What?
They just gave us this.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Thanks.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, you took it off the thing.
Oh, oops, should I go put that back?
No, why don't we put another one up? I gotta use the bathroom.
All right, here, just use this
What's that? Oh,
to put them all together.
sorry.
Yeah. All right.
I just loaded it back because it... Well, they didn't say it because he can't probably, but it's full discretion.
I don't, yeah, but there's no law. There's, you know what I mean? That's the thing. There's no law behind it to say if you're not being disordered. That's why we get, when we're there, we just like here, be cool.
The statute.
Be, exactly. We'll read it with them if they want.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day. Thank you. We'll read it with them and talk to them and talk to the police and
Don't stop this book.
try to reason with them, I guess.
Alright, so we have copies of the Circuit Court 1.4 rule, we have the Supreme Court ruling, Superior Court rules, and the administrative order, as you see here. I will put all these documents up on my video here in a second. We are all done here conducting our business. As you saw with the clerk, Timothy, he stated that they're pretty much using discretion with the state police. Every time Footloose comes over here, it's never an issue anymore. They used to hit the panic alarms. Go check that out. I'll
Well,
let you be
I
in the
mean,
description.
Look at how this was. That was. I mean, they
This
didn't
is
see
how-
this part yet. They didn't see that part in there like that I got. Everybody was great.
And this is how easy it can be. In, out, and done. You know? But, you know, we're making change slowly, and we're going to continue doing so. So, thank you very much.
Take it easy. Have a good one.
Day. So now I do my intro,
All right.
then I do my outro.
And so what do we do? So now,
Well, I gotta figure out
so
where.
so my people know. Now we're headed to Hillsboro
Yep, for 3 o'clock.
for 3 o'clock.
We're gonna meet
We're
a bunch
gonna.
of people over there.
Yep.
And we're gonna challenge this.
Oh yeah.
A few of us are gonna challenge us, go in if they want to trespass us and arrest us. You know, obviously that's up to each individual on what they want to do. Obviously they have to give us a warning first if you look at the state statute. And then on top of it, there's got to be a statute to back this order up, and there is none, as we all know. So that's what we're going to do next. All the videos are going to be rolling in through, probably together on my end. We'll see what Footloose here does. Maybe he can take some of my content and vice versa. And
Oh yeah. I'll link yours I'll premiere mine and I'll put it in the description. I'll link yours in the description. I'll send you links to all my other interactions here when they were hitting the panic alarm and all that. We'll create a big playlist, and there's a way to collaborate too. I don't know if you've seen that. When you upload a video, you can collaborate and have somebody else's channel on it with you.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'll do that with. Okay, I'll try that with this video and try to get yours.
It's called a card.
All right, that would be
Throw a
cool.
card up, and then what it does, you click on that, and it takes you to that video of that person's.
All right.
Let me get a picture of this.
All right, everybody. We will catch you at Hillsboro. I'm going to stop recording for now. We'll cut right.
And possibly disorderly conduct. That's going to be the charges that the prosecutor already.
Supposedly.
He threatened me with those already.
And this is simply for recording once you get past the metal detectors? Is that the concept?
Well, the
Like,
Supreme
what's the
Court
threshold?
ruled.
I don't know. Supreme Court ruled
Says-
in the courtrooms.
No, it says the
Court
hallways.
in the hallways. What does it say though? We're allowed to record.
No, we're not.
What do you mean? Where?
What do you mean on the first
Rule
one?
19?
Right there.
This is but they are basing it off Rule 19. Where in Rule 19 does it say we're not allowed to film? It doesn't. It actually says we are allowed
That's
to film.
court proceedings.
Correct. And so this order only has an effect in the courtrooms, and a judge could say you can't film this proceeding for such and such reason. I can hold you in contempt. They can only hold you in contempt is their only resolution, which is why the Supreme Court took their signs to film no filming down, and that they said the state police chose not to enforce the rule because they can't enforce the rule because there's no law attached to it. You can't have a law repugnant to the Constitution. It's null and void, and you can't have a
courts have
practice.
this weird thing where they just make up shit, and it's our court rules. It has nothing to do with anything. I get it.
Sure, and then there's this.
I'm just trying to figure out if you do end up getting
It
jammed,
says
what I'm looking
right
for.
here.
That's what I'm trying.
This is the circuit court rules: photographing, recording, and broadcasting.
Yeah, but I didn't care about that.
Right,
What does
well-
that have to do with anything? They just made that up.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you really get down
So
to it.
you can. It would be good to have if you want to ask them what's going on and take the lead here.
I'm going in to get a motion that they already denied.
And I'm going to
You
ask
actually
them.
are going in for real shit.
I'm going. Me and you can tag team on what's going on here and why is it being selectively enforced.
So I do want to state that they did threaten me the other day with a disorderly conduct for speaking too loudly.
Speaking too loudly.
Okay.
Right.
So I was
I'll
like,
try to keep my voice down, but you guys know I have a loud
Oh,
voice.
there is a little sign. That's a tiny little sign.
Yep.
oh, yeah, the court's right there, right next to the liquor store.
Oh, I didn't even. Oh,
You can get a
wow.
DUI and then go get a drink. Or you can get a drink and then get a DUI.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you want to do.
All
Are you
right.
guys ready?
Let's do it.
See how Riley's camera's like not turning with them?
So are you going in first? Who's going in first?
I'm going. We going in together. It doesn't. I thought I'm going in with Jay.
If they ask you, what are you doing? What's your...
Me and Jay are going to talk to them about it and show them the rules and all that.
Let's help back.
That's what we're going to do.
I just find that to be a bad strategy.
What?
Because then you're admitting that they have the ability to alter the Constitution.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying is
I don't really care what
It's-
their rules say.
their
It's
rule-
really like,
exactly.
what grounds do you have for that?
exactly. That's my point and why we're nullifying this. And we're going to try to get them to do like the follow like the Supreme Court did and the state police and choose not to enforce it and take their signs down.
Well, yeah, but that's not good enough. It's still on the books. You know
Right,
what I
they
mean?
should. The Supreme Court should rescind this. I don't know if you could pressure them to do
I'd
that.
like to create a law that you could videotape in all courts.
That would be great.
We could do
And
that.
common areas and
This would give me more impetus to do it.
right. See, those are the signs they used to have. Thank you.
That's all you got? Come on through.
Water not allowed?
Water, no. Water we're gonna keep out here.
What about for medical reasons?
You got, depends on how long you're gonna be here.
Depends on how long. They
Just
usually.
leave it out here and then you can come back.
Oh, interesting.
Come on through. You're all set. Clerks, right around the corner to the right. There you go. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
It's probably the badge and maybe my belt.
You guys can't record in the courthouse, just so you know. So you have to either turn it off or you're gonna leave.
Yeah, we got the rules right here. I'm going to be talking to the clerk about it. I was just at the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
This is Representative Gerhard. He's here as well to talk about this filming in court thing.
Okay, I don't think she'll talk to you because the clerk isn't here herself. The deputy clerk here, the clerk's
Whoever,
not here.
somebody we can
So you
talk to,
try,
whoever.
but,
Sure.
Until then, you can't record.
What's
I can
the
go file a
what's the
motion,
law
that's
on that?
okay.
Yeah, he's going to go file a
Yeah, you
motion.
can file the motion, just can't record it.
What's the law on that?
It's a
Can I get
Supreme-
my stuff?
It's a Supreme Court order.
So, yeah, exactly. Right here.
Yep, it's a Supreme Court order. Number
Sure.
3.
And have you read it?
Yep, sure have.
All right. And can you tell me where it tells us we're not allowed to film in public?
Rules say that you can't record
Rule 19,
in.
access,
So
media
you
access
have
to.
authority to audio video record in the courthouse with prior permission from the presiding judge.
All right, where's the
Could I
judge?
have a copy of that?
She's here, but
Yeah, let's
yeah,
talk
you
to
can
the
have a
judge.
copy of this.
Let's talk to the judge.
That'd be great.
See what she has to say.
I am
Yeah.
instructing you to cease recording immediately. If you do not,
Yeah.
I've advised that recording without permission and presiding judge is a violation of Supreme Court order.
Okay.
Which judge is
a criminal
that?
charge or
If
is
you do
that
not cease,
civil
I
penalty?
must ask you to leave or call local law enforcement will be contacted.
Give him a call.
Sure. Give
I'll
him a
hear
call
him
if you want.
Okay, we'll call him right now.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
I'll hear him comment.
Can I get a copy of this thing?
No, you can look it up online, get it yourself.
I can get it. Oh,
That's the
interesting.
clown from the other day. that-
So helpful.
I got this real quick.
Look how writing, you can't read it, right?
Yeah. Do you have a Braille version? You have Riley here filming as well. Maybe. And how do you know if we're filming or not?
I kind of, my situation is I want to see what the charges are when local law enforcement gets here. I'm just curious, because I don't understand how you
Because
can't
I've asked you to
record.
leave, so it's gonna be criminal trespass, I've asked you guys to leave. and you
Trespassing is from a public building?
won't. Done talking, so I'm not, I got nothing
You're
else
done
more to say.
talking?
But they are coming up?
Yeah, they'll
Okay,
come.
okay, appreciate it.
So you gonna let? Is he gonna let you through? You're gonna come through?
Well, actually, you can't go through yet because.
I already been
actually,
through.
You went off, so you have to come back this way because you went off.
What do you mean?
You went off on the metal detector, so you can't come in, so you're gonna.
That's
come
fine,
back
let's just
through.
wait for the local people.
So you gotta come back through.
He's got the motion. I just wanted to see what was gonna happen. I'm curious.
Can we go through, while we wait?
Okay, come through here, put your stuff right in there. You got nothing else on you, come on through.
Riley can't see, can I help him?
So he's allowing me to use the conference room while recording.
This way.
I'm actually not going through.
Okay, you're just stay
He's
there?
gonna stay right
Okay.
here. Probably be easier. He's not gonna be able to navigate very well unless he knows the layout.
I was wondering if that's why it's still not. You probably should stay out rather than
Did you contact the judge for us?
I'm sorry?
Did you contact the presiding judge yet?
No.
Why not?
Why would I? That's your job to reach out to her.
No, it actually says it's security's job to reach out to the presiding judge.
No, it's her job to work to consult.
Says unless the presiding judge for that court, after consultation with court security personnel, determines that a designated staging area is appropriate under the given circumstances of a given case.
Have you consulted with the judge, sir?
So,
We have in the past, yes.
No, I'm talking about.
no, right now,
We have in the past, not today.
not today. Okay, thanks. You should probably do that.
Word from the judge that there's no recording in the building.
Yeah, well, there's a different case by case basis.
It's case by case. It's actually case by case.
Exceptions, and it's in that paper.
I have the order right here.
He's refusing to follow the rules to consult with the judge, correct? Is that what you want to say?
If that's the way you want to.
Okay, well, that's exactly what he said.
I got a serious question though. What law enforcement did you
Not asking
contact?
any more questions.
Well, did you contact sheriff's department or was it local police?
The local PD.
Local police, okay, thank you.
His voicemail tricked me. I was like, Dave here. Please leave a message.
Officer, did you swear an oath to the Constitution?
No, not a police officer.
You're not.
Not a police officer, no.
Do you like the Constitution? Have you
Are you
ever?
not in law enforcement, or are you in law enforcement?
Court officer.
Law enforcement.
It's kind of considered law enforcement.
I would think it would be law enforcement.
But you don't have to swear an oath.
No, there's no.
Is any of us being disruptive, sir?
Yeah, 'cause you're interrupting.
What are we interrupting?
You're interrupting court proceedings.
Oh, we are?
Proceedings,
Which proceedings?
Court process, like if you come in, people have DVs and stuff, and you're all in here.
Nobody
They
has
have
to.
no-
So where did we,
They have no privacy.
when did we do that?
They have no privacy.
When did we violate
You never know
anything?
who's gonna come in the door.
So just being here is disruptive?
Like
Recording
legally,
is.
Recording is disruptive? Okay, thank you.
That's the way I interpret it.
All right.
possibility of something happening doesn't mean that it already happened. It's not the same thing.
So recording itself is disruptive.
Yeah, 'cause it could be just people coming in.
He doesn't even have to use his hands straightforward. It's not disruptive at all.
You guys interpret it any way you want.
I already have.
Okay, that's fine.
Do you know that the Supreme Court took their signs here? No photographs, no video. They took them down because of me.
Until they tell me.
And they've called state police, and state police said, we can't enforce it. We're not going to do anything.
Okay, well, if I'm told that, then that's what we'll do.
All right.
Until then, I do what I'm told to do.
Could I get a copy of that order, please?
Just go online. You can go online and find it yourself.
Where is it? What is it called?
You're a smart guy. You'll find it.
No, I'm not actually. Those things get buried. So you see this guy, sir? Representative Gerhardt? He's refusing to give me public documents, and he's denying me access to the courthouse. So, why are you denying me access?
I'm just following protocol. What
He's
we're
just
told
following
to
orders.
do. That's
Just
all.
following orders. And can I get a copy of those orders, please, sir? What's your name?
Nope, you can find them. I don't have to give you my name. I'm
What's
not
your
a
badge
police
number
officer.
there? I'm badge number 009.
That's good.
123.
123.
123. 12. That's a pretty cool. He's got a pretty cool badge number.
You do have to give your name because of the 8th article on the Constitution.
Their policy too, yeah.
Because you're a government worker.
If I want to file a complaint against you, I have to know who you
My
are.
name is Vernon Pousland, Pousland.
Where are you from, Vernon? Where'd you move from? Were you born here?
None of your business.
Yeah,
I'm just-
you
I
don't
just
have
want to let you know, the reason I think this is important is, why is it every other branch of government we have full transparency? I don't understand why the courts are some kind
You're
of
talking
weird.
to a
murky-
lonely court officer.
Yeah, but you're willing to pull a gun on somebody. You're willing to defend this institution. You should know what this institution is doing.
I'm simply a court officer. I don't make the rules.
Do you
I
think
just
for yourself?
enforce
Because he's
them.
just asking you a question as a man.
I'm just saying that you're willing to put your life on the line to keep this safe. You should know what they're doing and what you're defending. Wouldn't you say?
Sure, whatever you want to say.
So do you think a judge, so your interpretation,
Spilling out of your mouth.
no, well,
Really, do you need
is your interpretation that the court order has effect outside the courtroom?
You're like, getting stuck there.
Is that your interpretation, sir?
I'm not talking to you.
Okay,
You guys just do your thing.
we are doing our thing. I mean, here we go. Call, time it.
I'm just curious.
Well, it calls in, I guess. They just,
Can you get trespassed from a public building though?
not without some sort of complaint in or if you're causing a disruption. It even says you're allowed to record here as long as you're not causing a disruption. And he can't just say he has to say, oh, he disturbed this meeting, this courtroom, that person, something. He doesn't have a complaint in, he doesn't have anything. We're not disturbing him. We're not disturbing anybody. There's nobody coming here. We haven't blocked anybody from entering or exiting.
I have to say, this is kind of hard to find. Right by the liquor store, and I didn't even, you got to kind of.
Tucked away.
Yeah.
Dispatch just said that Ridley's causing a traffic hazard with a sign.
Oh.
Protesters at the court.
Oh, boy.
Protesters causing, oh my.
So he's blocking traffic on the corner of the grass. Interesting.
So who's to my left?
Jason.
Okay, Jason.
Have you guys met?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless the presiding judge. Who's the presiding justice today, sir?
Judge McIntyre.
How do I contact them? You have no
I'm gonna
idea?
record Ridley because they're complaining about him.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Good idea.
Sorry, Corinne.
Everybody doesn't have to go with her.
Sorry.
Ridley's got a camera.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
If you want to, you can.
Yeah, okay, so that's fine.
McIntyre?
How many courtrooms are in here?
Just this one.
Oh, this is a one courtroom.
It's a little tiny little spot. They're not, yeah. Judge, what's the first name? Aaron, I know that name somehow. M-A-C? M-C? I?
Big M, little C, big I, N, T, Y-R-E.
Okay.
This feels like sitting in the DMV.
Right?
So, there's no phone number or anything for me to call them and get this authorization? Is there a number for the clerk here?
Yeah, you can go ask them for it.
I can go ask them for it? All right. You want to let me through?
If you
Do
go
you
off,
want-
I have to,
Yeah, do you want me to take my stuff out?
yeah.
It's just going to be, they always have me.
Then you can't
Huh?
go- then you
Oh,
can't-
I'll just take this off then and then go through it.
That goes,
Huh?
that's fine, as long as you don't go off, if you take that off, then you're fine.
And then I'll just put it back on, yeah. Please watch for the gimbal.
What's this? Is this a
It's
little?
just like a tool thing. It doesn't have a knife on it or anything. Take this one out.
It's a new phone, I just want to use the camera. I never had a good camera before. This is like nice. You can, like, instead of just one-time magnification, you can go backwards to 0.5.
Thank you.
That's cool. Yeah, you get
You don't usually use like a fisheye lens. Yeah.
You filling out your motion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last time.
Could you grab me those papers, please? Make sure they don't go off. Is that all right? Thank you. Okay.
What are you up to?
Nothing. Trying to figure this thing out. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it sure doesn't.
You know?
They're not gonna help clarify it. She
Yeah.
just sat down. She saw me standing here. She sat down.
She might have said something to somebody.
Face.
Presiding judge. Clerk might have a better idea of what's going on with this, and they might actually be willing to give us a copy of that memo there. I don't know if that's a secure memo or.
The one he was reading from?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one to request, I think. He's just following orders.
Yep.
Has no independent thoughts. Just doing what he's told. Pretty sure they're still open. It's 3:34.
Hmm.
Maybe you should knock.
Yeah, I don't know. She saw me too. Is there someone coming, ma'am? Okay. There's no bell or anything, I'm sorry.
So what's going on with your appeal?
I have to,
Sort of.
so I have to file a Rule 11 for the Newfields Vigil, or no, wait, not the Newfields Vigil. The thing after that, this carols, the COVID carols.
Right. That's the
that-
disorderly one.
That one, and that one I appealed, and they didn't dismiss because I never got a written order, and at this case as well, the New Hampshire 9, no written order. judge is refusing to provide a written order. So,
Explaining the guilty, you mean?
yeah, and so if he doesn't tell me why, I don't know what I'm appealing. And so the Rule 27A says they're supposed to provide findings of facts, rulings of law, whatever, however it's phrased. And he even said, because I asked him, and he said, I don't understand how the law, it's like clearly says that you have to provide, and there's case law to say, has to be a written decision, clear written decision on the verdict. And so for transparency, for appeals purposes, specifically for appeals purposes, right, is one of the things. So I have to file a Rule 11 mandamus on both of those. It's the same exact argument. And then once I get that, I can file the appeals.
Who do you file the Rule 11 with? That's
Supreme Court.
And what does that do? What's Rule 11 do?
It's like a petition for writ of mandamus. It's claiming that they have original jurisdiction and that someone is not doing their job. So you can file it in other courts for like lower people. What was I saying? What was the question?
Writ of mandamus.
Oh, you read it? Yeah. So there's a guy for felons' gun rights. They're supposed to be filing a certificate of discharge whenever your sentence is over. And there's a guy who's done all his stuff, and he went to the clerk and asked for a copy, and she sent him to prison offender records, and he's bounced back and forth. And then his only remedy was mandamus, which is getting the court to order someone to do what they're supposed to be doing, or to cease something, kind of. So,
Is there a time limit on that? 'Cause it's
no, I've actually filed one against the Valley Street lieutenant because he was refusing to give me one, and I was in Valley Street at the time, and I went to court over it, and he ended up doing it. He ended up filing it. So, excellent. Hey, how's it going?
Did he tell you you're not allowed to record?
No, there's an exception for one.
We talked yesterday, Mark.
We didn't make that.
Oh, Mark,
You understand that, right?
How you doing?
We didn't have anything to do with creating this
Court order. So what is your interpretation of the court order? Because it says court proceedings, and I've been asking this gentleman.
Would you like a copy of it?
Oh, we have.
I have I have it all right here.
The Supreme Court to get it all.
We were there today, so the Supreme Court has taken down their no recording signs, and they allow me, I have the video of Timothy Gudis saying the state police chose not to enforce it, and why is because there's no law behind it. This is
State
about
police have
court
refused to
rooms,
enforce it.
and the presiding justice,
Including the lobby area.
and it says that security, this gentleman here, is supposed to contact the presiding justice
To consult with them.
to consult with them
He's
about
refused to do
any filming, and he's refusing to do that. And this is court proceedings, and I'm not here to film court proceedings. I'm here to talk to the clerk about this specific issue, and I mean, I'm here with him as well. He's doing his thing, but we're here to nullify this unconstitutional practice, which is why we have Representative Gerhardt as well supporting us. It's unconstitutional, which is another reason why they don't want to arrest us for this or anything, because it's going to create case law. But if you guys want to arrest us for filming in public, not creating disturbance, this says we're allowed. If you want to read Rule 19 and the Supreme Court order, and Rule 54 says it's to have effect over the staff, not the public. Okay, and I've done this at Concord, Manchester, that one where you had that trial up there, all kinds of places, no issue at this point. So we're just trying to get some consistency across the courts.
Why? My question is if the Supreme Court, okay, under their own rule in their own building, are not enforcing this,
Right.
then why are they trying to do that here?
I
It's
can't
their
answer
rule.
that.
In their
So
rule.
I don't know if you want to contact the state police about it, they'll
We
know.
literally just left there, and they didn't say. They said, "Come on in." They
Right.
welcomed us in.
We went in the law library, we talked to the clerk, and I've been there multiple times since. They used to hit the panic alarm when I was recording.
Yeah, he's been there like.
And the state police came a bunch of times, and then they realized that it's outside the courtroom. This can't have an effect outside the courtroom. It's being used that way, but it doesn't say that anywhere. It says court proceedings. These are not court
But if
proceedings.
he has an issue with it, like I said, it says it right in there in the rule that he's supposed to consult the judge,
Right.
presiding judge, to see where they want to stand with it.
And he's refusing to do that.
So he's not even following his own rules. So,
This guy.
this guy, I'm sorry.
And he won't even give me, he says they have a special secret order over there, and that's what I'm trying to get a copy of. He's telling me I have to find it online somewhere. He won't tell me what it is or anything. And I want a copy of this thing that he read to me. And that he's claiming says, call the police if necessary, because we need to follow that up to the top and figure out who put out that order. Yeah, this is the court order from this, and then this is Rule 19,
That's the
because
circuit court.
it has to fall in line with that. And then this is the Rule 54, is administrative judges and administrative counsel. This doesn't say anywhere that it gives them the authority to suspend the Constitution.
Right here, all persons are prohibited from photographing, recording, audio camera, cell phone video, or any other media, broadcasting, transmitting, or televising in the lobby or other non-courtroom area unless the presiding judge for that court, after consultation with court security personnel, determines that a designated staging area is appropriate under the circumstances.
Because it's to film court proceedings.
Staging and where? In the
Staging
lobby?
where, yeah, I know, there's nothing to stage.
Staging in the lobby? We're not staging.
And if you read the whole thing,
Hold on.
it says we're allowed to
All
film.
persons are prohibited from, we'll just say recording, in the lobby or other non-courtroom area.
Unless, and then read the whole thing,
You gotta read the whole thing then.
Yeah, I've read the whole thing, okay?
and then you need to read Rule
After
54.
consultation with court security, so you're.
He has not done that. He has
No,
not
you're just
consulted
assuming
with the
that
judge.
That didn't happen already.
No.
We were here, he didn't
I
do it.
asked
He
him to
said,
consult
he
the
said he
presiding
wouldn't do it.
judge.
That doesn't happen, that doesn't have to happen on a daily, case-by-case basis.
Sure it does. There's a form actually to fill out,
Yeah.
okay, because we also have the local rules for the circuit court. And there's a form to fill out, which he actually already has filled out. I never fill it out because I just document my business wherever I go, just like you do for my safety.
And they already have a
And I'm
copy of it.
disabled and I don't remember
And
things,
I
so
think
this
you
is
have
to
a copy.
create a public record and document what's going on here. So if you want an ADA violation on top of these constitutional violations, that's great.
So this specifically says
To follow
into
those.
the courtroom during courtroom proceedings.
Yeah, I'm not even in a courtroom.
Right. This is your,
Can I have this back, please?
yes.
Thank you. And so,
That's from the administration of the courts. They also have what's called a one-day form for court proceedings, but they have to give them an option to object in the courtroom.
Sure.
That's, I'm not here for a court proceeding. I'm here
Right.
to document and record my documentation
So
and records of my motion
What I'm
to
not
table.
understanding,
That's all I'm doing.
what I'm not understanding is you've got the order there, you read it specifically stating
Yeah, we're
in the lobby
challenging it.
or not,
We're challenging it.
non-courtroom
We're challenging it.
area.
right.
That's what, to end
What
this
law
whole
is
deal
that?
Right now, I'm challenging it.
What law are we
I'm
breaking
asking
it
you,
by
if you were going to
refusing?
trespass me,
Yeah,
and I don't leave, I'll take the arrest if you like.
yeah, me too. So,
I'm already going to refuse to leave.
Okay.
if you're
So you
saying
don't
we're
even have to ask
trespassing,
me.
who's the complainant? And what law are we breaking? And what
There's no
disruption are we
statute
causing?
there's no statute
It says
attached
here
to that.
that
It's a public building. Public
the
building.
order, this order and all recording in courtroom rules, which is this 1.4,
Alright, so the judge just said you absolutely guys can
I
record.
have,
Hold on.
oh, she said we can record.
Let me finish.
yeah, yeah.
You guys can record, but the designated area for it is just that waiting area in between there, okay?
What about conducting
You can't
business?
restrict that.
Yeah, you can't restrict
No,
it.
you can, she can designate.
Well,
it
tell her
says-
Can
come out
we,
here and tell me
can she
myself.
write an order? We want to see that order. We want to see that order and
Not
why.
in order, it's right
It's
in
not
there.
in order.
She said.
If she doesn't wanna come out here and tell me myself,
So does she want to hold us in contempt? Because that's the only resolution to this, is if the judge wants to hold us in contempt.
Okay. Well,
That's
she-
the
she
only
was
thing
saying
that
it
could
was all right
happen.
to do it right over there.
it's okay to do it
Right.
here, there, over there.
Well,
Right,
actually,
this
it's
is
not.
public.
Even by
Then
your
do
own-
something
even
about
by
it.
your own
Then do
argument,
something
but
about
even
it.
by
He's got
your
a right
own-
to something
record his
about it.
interactions
But
with you
even-
guys.
Do something about
Right.
it, or shut
Not
your mouth.
anywhere in here.
Shut your mouth or do something. I'm done with you.
And then, hold on.
And everyone else.
So Rule 8, number 8, any person refuses to comply with conditions of this order, or if a person's behavior is otherwise disruptive to the proper administration of justice, and such person is ordered to leave the courthouse or refuses to do so, security may request assistance from local law enforcement officials or take other measures or security safety of the security and public personnel.
There's nobody even here.
Such persons who are disruptive and or refuse to leave may be subject to arrest at the discretion of local law enforcement officers. And so if they're not arresting me at the Supreme Court and they took all their signs down because I was willing to challenge it and get you guys out here, and I'm willing to make case law over this, and so is he.
When did you, I'm just curious, when did you guys go to the Supreme Court?
Today.
It was today?
Today I followed up. We did a follow-up
Already?
Okay.
to get copies of this stuff.
Doing this same thing?
Doing this same thing, and there was no issues there. They were awesome.
Did anybody ask you to leave?
No.
Okay.
They haven't.
No, I talked to Timothy Gudis, the clerk, if you want to call him, and I said, why do you guys, because they used to hit the panic alarm and the state police would get there.
Okay.
And I would talk to them and do the same thing. And the state police would say, just conduct your business and do your thing. As long as you're not disruptive, you're good to go. And that's what I've been doing. And so I had to go back a few times, and now the signs are down and we go right through. He doesn't even make me take this off. He just wands me, and I know the security guy is always the same guy. And the clerks are awesome. Everybody's great. There's no issue. I go in there, I do my business, and then we leave.
Okay.
And so,
I don't see a problem with that.
me either. Because the judges, like I was saying,
So this is new for us too.
Sure,
So
sure.
we're-
For everybody. The
Yeah.
field
Right.
sorting out,
Right,
you know,
so,
is-
yeah, we're trying to figure out what the right thing to do is.
Constitutional thing.
And
Right.
We obviously,
That's the right thing.
we're not in the, contrary to popular belief maybe, we're not in the business of violating people's rights. We don't like to do that.
Right.
Okay? We only like dealing with real criminals, not
Sure.
like good people who want to challenge constitutionality of things. I've got no issue with that whatsoever.
with exercising our
And-
constitutional rights.
And I'm good with
The
that.
crazy thing is that you need to understand is that there's absolutely no law backing that up. There's no statute.
no law
there's
here.
nothing. It's a
No,
court order.
I don't disagree with you. I don't
know.
disagree with you.
Like, okay, so
And-
federal
and
court has
I-
a CFR.
And honestly, me personally, I don't like trying to be forced to take action on something where there
Feelings
isn't a hard
police.
and fast.
You're not
statute.
feelings police.
Yeah.
Well, you've got discretion.
You're law enforcement.
Well, that's what
right.
state police in
Yeah, no,
Concord are
exactly.
I
doing.
get that.
Apparently, you
That's what
guys.
they're doing in the state police at the Supreme Court. They're using discretion because it's me and
Yeah.
him. But if it's somebody else on the street, Joe Schmo coming in, are they gonna give them a problem?
Concord,
Then
I
it's
don't
just
have an
gonna go.
issue there either. So we're definitely gonna follow up as well with the court
Yeah.
and hopefully get a copy of this thing and try to get them to rescind this order or change it or modify it. And we have Rep. Gerhard he wants to put in a bill to nullify blocking us from exercising
Sure.
we have a right to film in
You're-
public.
You're not aware of any statute that was created in combination with this or anything like that?
Well, my whole position is I don't even care. If a statute violates the Constitution, then it's
Well,
void
Right,
anyway.
right, right.
I would-
But there
I would
isn't
agree
one.
with that.
I'm not trying to be an a-hole, but that's
Yeah.
my whole thing. That's why honestly, if I could just get this trespassing thing done, it'll help me pass a bill, so I can say, hey, this is, because right now I see what's going on. You're just trying to get everybody out of here and then hopefully it goes away. But the problem is, what happens next time?
Well, I don't necessarily have a problem with you guys trying to push back to make sure that the order is constitutional and it isn't a violation of, anybody's rights. But I think we also have to look at the, kind of the heart behind this order. And that was I think.
Rule
from-
19,
From what I understand,
54.
is the mentality and kind of the heart behind this order is wanting to protect the privacy rights.
There's no expectation of.
Doesn't say that,
No,
actually.
listen,
It's disruption.
Of victims, juveniles, because this is a family court, this is divorce.
How would I know
I'm sorry?
How would I know that unless?
It doesn't actually say that, though.
That
It
is the
talks
big
about.
excuse, though.
That is
It is
the
what they
reason why
say,
it's
but it doesn't
bullshit-
say that here.
The reason why it's bullshit is.
You have no
nothing that
expectation of
prohibits
privacy.
you from standing right
No,
outside.
even in that room.
I'm not saying
and
that
recording
justifies.
Even in that room.
Listen, I'm not saying that justifies it. I'm saying, I think we
That's
gotta,
the
we
excuse
gotta
that
look
they-
at what may have been the motivation to
Sure.
present this
Well, that's
for the order.
That's
you
giving
know?
them the best motivation
Yeah, I mean,
possible. The real
when you-
motivation is they want to cover up what's going on here. They don't want anybody to have a
So-
record of their interactions with these court bureaucrats.
If I
That's
go
what
into
the
your
real
police
reason
department,
is.
right, and there's somebody in to file a, protection order or something, right, and they're, and there's people in there and say they're recording,
Well, they
right?
don't file protection order.
Well, like, I'm just saying, like, a statement or a police report, okay, for like some sort of assault, okay?
Yeah.
That is protected, okay, in like the courts and everything else. Would you leave them in the lobby and speak about the whole ordeal, or would you bring them in the back into a private area?
Create privacy.
Where there is expectation of privacy, where I'm not allowed to be.
Yeah, at the police
But
department.
that's
Or
the
you-
same thing
right there.
here, there's a
We
room
would
right
do
there and
that.
there's a conference room right there.
I don't know if that's their.
But that's
standard
their
practice
that's
there.
that's
I
the
don't know.
protocol on privacy, on protecting that privacy is on them, not me.
Hold on, guys, but
Hold
this is,
Either way.
no offense, but this is not your purview. Like, you know what I mean? You're here to just enforce laws.
What law is
Yeah,
it, right?
obviously,
His
I'm
opinions
not the
are just-
one making
Yeah.
decisions
No,
or
I appreciate it.
court
I
orders
appreciate
or
it.
laws or anything like
You're-
that.
You're bringing up privacy, and I'm just bringing to light, an example of that.
No, he's stating his piece, that's fine. I appreciate where but at the end of the day, he's enforcing the rules. So what are the rules that we've broken? Can we get that done?
Yeah, and how exactly are we breaking
Well,
it?
the rule that was broken was by the Supreme Court when
Right.
they passed this
Right.
bullshit order, which violates Article 22 of the New Hampshire Constitution, which says free speech and the liberty of the press are essential to the security of freedom in a state. They ought therefore to be inviolably preserved. And that's pretty straightforward.
That's my whole point. I'd just like to get the paperwork and. get the-
Article 22, New Hampshire Constitution is more protective than the federal Constitution.
Is there a way that you guys could,
File something, not until we're charged and have standing.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
so
what it takes.
I was at the federal courthouse and they knew me and my channel and they were like, I said, I'm gonna be back to create standing.
The rest have standing, more or less.
Yeah. Until my rights are violated.
even just on,
Well, a ticket, you guys give us a ticket, you don't have to put cuffs on.
Sure. You could
Whatever,
just
we
give
can
us
do
a
cuffs for the
trespass
video.
ticket and then we go to court and I come here to film and I refuse and I say, I'm representing myself pro se. You guys don't want to let me to film doing my thing? I mean, we could go that route. That's what I do.
yeah.
I mean, even if I was trespassing, does that mean I don't have to go to court anymore? I'll take
Right,
that.
yeah.
question.
Exactly. How can we be trespassed and
I
then
would be
come to
happy
court
to take
after,
that.
right? Yeah.
I mean,
They'd
then I
give you a
can, then I
courthouse.
can't.
Yeah. We'll give us they'll make an exception for that.
Obviously, that wouldn't make sense.
Right? So it's repugnant to the Constitution, therefore it's null and void. It has no force of law behind it, and it's unenforceable unless the judge wants to hold us in contempt. As far as my understanding of this goes, is that's the only thing the judge could put in a contempt order and have us fined or held or charged with whatever she wants to do with that. That, I think, is the only thing that can enforce this because it keeps referring the security to talk to the judge and then get you guys, and if we're not being disruptive, it says it's up to you guys' discretion on what you want to do.
I don't know, I'm curious to see where you guys.
And
go
what
with
crime, what are you
that.
gonna,
Obviously,
disorderly?
I'm not in our
And then
area where I'm supposed to be recording.
Trespasses from a public building is not gonna look good. It's just not gonna fly in court. It's gonna get thrown out or
You never know,
dismissed.
You can't record in court.
Right, well, no, I mean, that's the thing, I do, that's what I do.
Can and do recording.
I could FOIA request that all day long.
Yep.
No,
They do
I
try to
don't
jump the
believe
hoops,
that,
though.
I don't think that order prevents or is saying or is prohibiting anybody from especially press recording in the courtroom.
Right.
But I think that still does state that even though that's allowed, it's gotta be, kind of asked for. in
And
advance.
they've expanded it though, with the order, the way they worded it, they expand it from the scope of Rule 19, which is media access to court proceedings. And so they can't extend it to out on the curtilage of the property and and anywhere from the corner they can see us, you know what I mean? That's not how it works. We're in
Come on,
public.
Guys, it's all great. We got 5 minutes. So
Yeah,
let's
so
round this up. So
what do you want to do? Gonna try, because we'll come back anyways if necessary when there's more time to force this issue.
Okay.
Well, no, he said he was going to charge us a trespass.
So if
let's
he
get
wants to
going.
issue a trespass, it's up to him, I guess. If he wants to be,
We're just gonna wait till 4 o'clock.
gonna wait till
Then run the clock out. Come on, guys.
it's like this round 10 welterweight match. So yeah, here we
I'll be
are.
back tomorrow then. And I'll be here at 9 to 4. I'll
Yeah.
live stream it.
Yeah, he's more ruthless than I am. So
Article 8, government should be open, accessible, accountable, and responsive. That's the other one.
right. So there's so many constitutional challenges to this thing. That's why they want to kind of let it go and don't get it into court. They don't want to get it into court because then, like we said, we have standing to challenge. And I said at the federal courthouse, I'm going to challenge there too. I was there and I read their rules and we're going to be going there. I already told that guy, federal courthouse, the guy Joe. I never even been there.
Do they have the same rules or what?
They have different. They have CFRs and
Well, I know they've got their.
yeah. So they have a similar thing, and they actually allow electronics and phones past it. But when they were like, you're not allowed to come back here. So I went back with Chow Kelly, but they made us leave all our electronics, and it says in their rules we're allowed to text and we're allowed to, and you know what I mean. And there's supposed to be some sort of like process to be allowed. You have to ask, which depending on what agency you're going to, you have to get permission from the agency itself. So it's a little bit more locked down over there, and
What do you mean, like before you come in, like you surrender your electronics?
Yeah, they want to. Yeah, they sit, but their rules say we're allowed to bring electronics. But when you try to get through, they say no, you've got to leave it in your car or something. And
Okay.
So
yeah,
the difference between here and the federal court is that they actually have a CFR attached.
and they have a poster.
A law attached to their order.
Okay.
They
But
don't have that here.
And the poster they have at the federal courthouse, it says we're allowed to film and all that. It's just like the one at the post office. We're allowed to film in the lobbies and public areas, but then their rule contradicts that. It's crazy. The poster.
So they have
Right.
So they have a CFR.
Attached to this rule on the poster, which is contradictory to what it says on the poster. It's weird.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
gonna.
kind of feel like it's kind of similar to like ATF stabilizing brace rule.
Yeah, exactly.
So what does Frank gotta do to get tased? That's what we gotta do.
Yeah.
You can volunteer.
I've been there, done that.
I've volunteered several times.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't get better anytime.
No, tasing. Tasing is worse. Well, no, I'd say pepper spray is worse than being tased
Pepper spray is only worse because
it lasts so much longer,
Yes.
right? Tasing is just very quick
the immediate,
for the most part.
Like
Should be.
The amount of pain is definitely worse with the taser.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
The
It'll burn your flesh.
pepper spray.
It'll burn holes in the direct.
I was gonna say it's not lethal, but people have died.
People have died.
I've got scars to prove it.
And they get excited delirium. They get real hyped up.
Especially if they've got
Head trauma and stuff like that.
So what do you gotta go to New York or Mass to get arrested in courthouses? This is absurd.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks. I guess we'll be back.
Yeah, it is what it is. So it's. I mean.
I don't want to stay past 4 because that
It
means
doesn't matter. It's just at this point. It's a. Yeah, he's getting. Yeah. Exactly. So. What was your name, sir? Valancourt.
Ethan.
What's your badge or employee number or whatever it is?
450.
450. Thank you so much.
Press 420.
Are you ready, press? So you want to? He's gonna go talk. Oh, we're gonna come back tomorrow.
Well,
come back?
I mean,
Or whatever. Sometime.
he said, I
Oh, what'd
just
he
asked
say?
him, I said, is this how it's gonna be every time I come here to file a motion or go to court? And he said, no. He doesn't
Okay.
want it to be that way.
All right. So maybe.
But that's only on them if
Check-
they keep calling
yeah.
the police.
court date, Mark?
It's the 12th.
Of September?
Yes. I'll give you all the updates if you want.
So yeah, we'll definitely be here for that.
All right, let's make it a date. 12. All right, guys.
12. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, have a good
Take
day.
it easy.
Let's not do this again, huh?
Thanks for your discretion.
Yeah, thank you for your discretion. Yeah,
I'll double it up.
double it up. Yeah, hopefully they take those. It was funny because they did. They took them down once at the Supreme Court, and then they put them back up. And I was like, I'm gonna have to come back and check. And then they were down the next time.
But Valancourt was one of the guys that responded when we were out at that shitbag Attorney General's house, remember?
Oh,
We were out
I
there.
saw.
Do you think that would have been different?
Hold on.
Do you think that would have been different?
Court rule other than.
That's how you do it. That's how you make case law. You know what
Yep.
case law is.
No, I understand case law and how that works.
Well, we were like I
it
said.
doesn't
I
make
went to the
sense that
Supreme Court today
No,
to
you're
tell
right.
them.
Real quick, you're right. You're right. You're
Yes.
completely
For-
right.
He is right.
Court rule, not a statute.
Correct.
It shouldn't take that. I feel like.
Correct.
Well,
I agree.
I wasn't
So
joking around. I just wanted a
is there-
ticket just so I had something.
No,
That's what I mean, I'm being serious.
I get that. Is there?
So
is
that's
there
why
something
I
that-
went. That's
something
why we went.
Legislation can.
That's why he's
legislators can
here.
The
do?
problem is
Kinda.
this: if I get a ticket, because I'm gonna have to get a ticket to prove it's bullshit. But at that point, I can go to other people and be like, "Look, you can actually get charged for videotaping." You know what I'm saying? Whereas
Right, yeah.
I can videotape everywhere, even in the bathroom of the state house, even though it's creepy. You know what I mean? Like if you really want it to be a creep. So that's the problem. It's just I don't like the idea of having our judicial branch. I did 12 and a half years in the feds. There's a lot of corruption in the court system, especially the federal courts. And the idea that these are some kind of
What part of the
sacred.
federal system?
I don't know if you're familiar.
He knows the. Tell him.
Ferriton and
Oh.
Allenwood. Yeah, Jersey and Pennsylvania. But the point being is, there's no way to really see what's going on here. We already know DCYF is doing a whole bunch of crazy shit. Like, we all know there's different facets that are corrupt, but it's like, until we can really start
documenting
Well, it's
it,
not transparency,
exposing
is
it.
what it
Yeah,
is.
transparency
You
and
know they're
accountability.
changing records.
Right.
There's areas where they could take those people and move them aside for that information, if that's what they're concerned about, which I think is what
It's
they're
valid.
trying
It's
to
a
do.
valid concern,
Which is
but-
valid. I don't want to argue with that.
Sure.
But there's rooms and there's areas of this building that they could take people to create that privacy, just like if it was in your station.
I don't disagree with
You know, but there's no expectation of privacy in public, and if that's what they're trying to protect, then they need to create that themselves in these buildings.
Well, and then what did I say? I said, let's go to the Supreme Court today first, talk to the clerk, talk to them, see, we're going to document. They took all the signs down and everything, and this is their own order. And they're not in their own court. And
So they did have signs up. that
Correct.
said you couldn't record it.
Correct. These same signs, same signs. You can see the tape is still on the doors. I mean,
but why is it that the district level circuit wants to enforce the Supreme Court rule that they're not even enforcing themselves?
This is new to us. We just
Right.
got this, and how are we to know that they took those?
Go to my
signs down?
YouTube
You're
channel.
one of like hundreds of courts in New Hampshire.
It's not monetized.
They're all
I do this as a public service, sir.
They
So
don't-
you
the
can
village
check
don't
it all
understand.
out.
They don't even know how to go about it. I've talked to Jason Jordan Heasy, who's the supervisor of
You're
security.
right. There hasn't been a lot of guidance.
And they make up these rules to interfere with people's transparency and accountability in these buildings, and it's just.
I would ask
and people
him,
subside to it, like they bow down to it. They're like, oh no, I don't.
get a
want to."
copy of that order that he read to me that he's refusing to give to me. I have to find it online that says that they're supposed to call you guys.
FOIA request.
And it's telling them,
No, that was the order that you had.
no,
they have
he
to
had a
have
different one behind the counter.
protocol
He's got a
they have to
script.
follow.
He has a whole script that he read.
So now I have to contact the police. It's like, all right, whatever.
Okay, so they have their own.
Maybe we'll just call
It's
them
an internal. It's an internal
We should call
protocol.
them ahead of time, though. Then we have to wait next time. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Hey, 3 o'clock,
Well,
we'll
I
be
already
there.
told them
We
that.
let them know,
I
right?
already told
And
them
we
that I
told the
was
Supreme Court that we were coming here today to challenge
Well,
this.
I've already told the lieutenant that I was going to be coming here and that I was going to call to see if he was there so he could show up because he's the only one that I went over the orders with. In the rules, I think it was yesterday, and I told him, I said, look, I'd rather you be there because you are knowledgeable more about this whole thing than anybody else because you have
what are
you
these
just
guys,
learned
by
all
the
of it
way?
today.
What are
Yeah,
these guys?
I just
They-
came back to work today
He said he's not a cop.
and found this on my desk. So.
No, they have arresting powers.
AOC, the Administrative Office of the Courts.
So what is his status? What is this guy's status before this?
Yeah.
I know, but what is his, like, he's not a deputy, he's not a,
No.
he's just a paid rent-a-cop?
So if the judge wanted to contempt us,
So the court, all the district courts have their own court security officers.
Yeah, they
But
do have
deputies
arresting
did that.
powers. They've
Merrimack
been
County,
arrested.
the sheriff's department
They
has a
do that.
branch.
Yes, they do that
Superior.
at the
Superior.
superior courts.
not at the district courts.
I got you.
Yes, he has a gun.
He has a gun?
Yes.
And
But
can
he's
he?
just a regular old guy that they gave a gun and ability to sit back there. right?
They've
He has
told
no
me,
other
yeah,
status.
but
of them
they've
are
told me in the
former cops,
past that they're
Okay.
allowed to arrest. That the-
Yeah. So if
Oh,
the
really?
judge,
Yeah.
if the judge wanted to
orders
hold us in
If the judge
contempt,
orders it.
he could arrest us.
And can arrest people,
Yes.
he should be getting a
Yeah, so they're kind.
So why they even call
They
you then?
serve at the discretion of the judge here.
Right.
Because they don't know what to do.
I don't think
It's
they can
cr- yeah.
arrest for trespass.
Well,
they
no,
can only
they
arrest
called
for
us
a
Right.
court order.
That's what they're
Told to do, right? Even though there's no law for you to enforce.
That's right.
It's a court order. They should be enforcing it themselves. Call back whatever backup they
Oh,
need.
I know what it is. No, it's for legal reasons, so they don't have to. If we now
Oh,
challenge the law,
gotcha.
These guy goes, I didn't make the arrest, and now he gets
Right.
screwed.
Well,
you know?
no, because they're not law enforcement. They're not enforcing any RSA.
Right.
Exactly.
Can't arrest for
But
trespass.
But it's a court order that they could hold us in contempt
But
of.
you do
They're
understand.
not doing that.
That's
Correct.
You do understand.
They're kind of the arm of the judge.
And that's their only outlet, as far as I can understand
and the
it.
thing is, why don't they? Because contempt, you can't appeal that.
You can't. Nope. She can hold you for up to a year, I think.
No, I thought it was up to like 30 days.
30 days, maybe.
No, it's 6 months, and then after 6 months, then it has to be sent to a panel of judges. And the
I have
judges.
yet
It's
to-
pretty.
I have
Yeah.
yet to see that, actually.
They can do that if they wanted to get like serious.
So the question
here
is,
we are.
why aren't they
Aren't
doing
why?
it?
Because they're putting it in the cop. They're expecting the police to create a trespassing and ask this guy, which is soliciting a trespass, to enforce it and say, "Oh, you guys are being disorderly. Your voice is loud." And you know what I mean? Like, and create something out of thin air to then say, "Well, now you're violating a law."
I just don't like the fact that I've heard about it enough that I believe it to be true. The stenographer's changing. What happens in the courtrooms and
Yep.
stuff like. There's got to be independent.
'Cause they're
accountability
listening.
of What's going
I'm
on
done
in there?
with it.
The idea. Oh no, this guy is really recording everything. Really? Like,
Yep.
come on. Man.
Yeah.
And this is one of many courts I've even yet to visit. Imagine that. This is one of many courts I have yet to visit to challenge it.
So yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to hold him up unless you guys are hanging out.
District courts in Hampshire?
I don't know, but I'm gonna hit every single one.
quite
of
a
them
few, yeah.
Until there's an arrest.
Yeah.
And there will be. You should see Milford. Look at my YouTube video on Milford. All right.
What's your YouTube channel?
It's Preston H. Come on, you don't know it yet? They didn't have a
He
little
doesn't.
memo going around Hillsboro.
I mean, I heard about it.
All right. So it's Preston H. now. So if you go on to my
Press NH.
now.
You need business cards.
Yeah, I know.
Me
So
too.
if you go on there, there's actually a court video of Milford. Okay, there was a captain, a sergeant, and a patrol, and they all told the bailiff he is allowed to go in there, leave him alone. That was it.
Okay.
And it was amazing. I'm like, wow. I sat back.
Was that
I'm like,
after this order came out?
oh yeah. Might have been.
'Cause I
Yeah.
don't- As far
That was in 2021. They changed
like
it.
this week is the first we heard about this
Order.
new order. Like it's new to us. I don't know when.
Right.
I don't know. when
2021, I think they
passed exactly.
updated it.
Have they told you how to proceed with something like this?
2021, November.
Told us anything.
Well, the
They gave us-
prosecutor
November
told me I was
16th,
gonna be under arrest.
2021.
They gave us okay. They
The
gave us
prosecutor
the
threatened
order,
me.
and that's what. We
And
got
it's
to go
Timothy
by.
Gudis right there who signed it. That's the guy who told me that the state police aren't going to enforce it because they can't, because there is, he didn't say that, but they can't because there
why
is nothing to enforce.
Why is it that I was on the phone the other day with Wallendorf or whatever, George?
Yeah.
Okay. He threatened me, telling me over the phone that I was gonna
I'm
be
not even recording it.
that I was gonna be subject to an arrest if I was to come back in here and record. Well, here you guys are, and I'm not in cuffs.
Because that was the understanding of his understanding of the order.
So
Right.
now it's understood. Like where we
They don't know. It's they're confused about it.
No, now, like, obviously, we don't know what we're supposed to do.
Right.
And
So-
you shouldn't act on something you don't know what to do.
Right.
Either.
Which is why
So do you
nobody went in
continue to
cuffs.
allow me to do it or not?
Right.
Like,
So are we going to have to do what we did at the Supreme Court and keep coming back 4 or 5 times?
until you figure it out.
You're probably gonna have to like find a asshole cop who's just gonna make your day for you.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. We were cordial and respectful, right?
Yeah, we appreciate
I
it.
have my own little venture
Likewise,
against
likewise.
Hillsboro police right now, and we all know why. And I'm going to court about it. We'll fight it in there.
Yeah.
So maybe send that guy.
And that's where the fight should be, not on the street.
Right. Yeah.
I've won on the street too.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm sure you guys are gonna do your thing. Representative Gerhardt's gonna do what he can do about this and try to figure out
What time's the hearing on the 12th?
what's going on here.
I will definitely update you as soon as I get to it.
Well, sorry, I won't be here on the 12th.
No, that's okay. All right, well, I'm gonna leave you be.
Catch it on
I
his
appreciate
YouTube.
it.
All right, guys.
I think
All
you
right.
were here the other day, no?
Nope.
Were you?
No, I'm not usually in uniform.
Oh, no,
I'm,
that's a
I'm one of the I'm one of the detectives, but we're short in patrol, so
Okay.
I'm wearing the monkey suit today.
All right,
Excellent.
man.
All right, take it easy.
Have a good one.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Interesting. All right, there we go, everybody. Flip this thing up. 1, 2, 3. Flip this thing around. All right, everybody. Signing off. We will follow up on this thing, and we'll see what happens.